Extraordinary human. Welcome, Jonathan Perez here. Today, I want to speak to you about the idea, the philosophy, and the belief that life does not have to be a struggle. So, if you find yourself struggling through anything that you might be working on, anything that you might be doing, whatever challenges you might be facing in your life, and you're feeling like it's a struggle, like, oh my gosh, I wish this were over. I can't wait for this to be done. I hear you and I understand you because, of course, I'm human and I get it. I've been there too. And this is something that as we navigate life, not only have I managed this and continue to manage it, but I work with my clients on this often because it takes away our enjoyment of life. It takes away the feeling of joy, of being able to enjoy the present moment because we're always focused on what's not going right and where we're struggling. So the reason I want to talk about this is because my desire for you is to feel free in spite of the challenges that you are working through and working on. Okay, so first of all, I want to start by saying that I'm not saying that just because you don't need to struggle through certain challenges that you don't have to do anything to resolve them. Well, that's not necessarily true. To begin the first layer of freeing ourselves from the struggle, here's one of the things that I have embraced and now believe about everything that happens for us, because that's the difference. It's all of the challenges that are here. As a matter of fact, let me back up. My core belief is that we are here as human beings and as spiritual beings in a human body. So we're human beings, but my belief is that we're greater spiritual beings. And that being said, our goal here is to change, grow, learn, and evolve. Okay, so based on that, and by the way, you can prove yourself, you can prove this to yourself by your own innate desire to change, to become more, to be more. In order for you to do that, then we have to change. Okay, and so I believe that our soul captures that dream and says, okay, cool. You want to change, you want to become someone new, you want to live a new life. Noted. So be it, you can have that. But here are the experiences, here are the challenges that you're going to need to face off with and overcome in order for you to step into that new version of you. Ah, okay. Got it. So with that understanding then, what I'm saying is when I can understand that the challenges and the quote unquote problems that are happening in my life are there to initiate me, to initiate you, to initiate us into a greater way of being. And so from that perspective, for me at least, why would I be victimized by my challenges when I understand that they are there to initiate me into where I want to go and who I want to become? So when I say that the struggle becomes an option, what I'm really saying there is that if I have that understanding and I know that these challenges are here to help me grow in the ways I want to grow, in the ways that I'm being guided to grow, in the ways that I'm choosing to grow, well then, these are happening for me. They're helping me go where I want to go. They're helping me become who I want to become. And so the moment I become victimized by my challenges, the moment I become a victim to what's happening out there and I see them as quote unquote problems, then it's happening to me and I don't have the bigger global lens as to how to work with these challenges anymore. And so therefore I struggle. I kind of try and fight my way through and I resist it. And so anytime you find yourself struggling through life, I would assume that you are seeing these challenges and these problems in your life as something that's happening to you. You're not seeing it as an opportunity to learn and to be initiated into a greater version of you, in which case they would be happening for you. You are seeing them as something that is happening to you. And from that place, we're going to complain, we're going to blame, we're going to feel victimized, and things will feel like a struggle. So the core belief here that I'm inviting you to shift into is, how can I begin to see any challenge that I'm facing in my life right now? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. Anywhere where you're feeling like you're at your edge and you're having to deal with something. Maybe it's family related, financial related, relationship related, career related, purpose related, whatever it might be. The invitation is, okay, well, I have a desire to become more, to be more. How is this challenge and problem helping me learn what I need to learn, grow in the ways I need to grow for me to become a more evolved version of myself? So when I contemplate that and I sit with that with curiosity, with true curiosity, the world opens up. And from that place, we can start to see how, wow, actually, who would I be if I were to overcome this challenge? That would be awesome. You start to see possibility again. You start to see how you can actually work with and make art with the challenge that you have in front of you and overcome it and face it and see who you get to become by facing off with that challenge. And so if, again, you're seeing anything in your life as a struggle, the core thing I really encourage you to look at is, how can you begin to see these challenges as opportunities to be initiated into who you know you can become, into who you want to be? And the way this works too is, anytime you have a vision of wanting to become someone new, like a new version of you. And let me back up. So let's just say you overcome and you face off with the challenges you have right now. Awesome. You become someone new. You were empowered. You said, yep, this is happening for me. I'm going to lean into it. You overcome them. And then you're there. Awesome. And then there's a part of you that says, okay, what else? And now you have a new dream. And that new dream comes with a new version of you. And that new version of you now needs new challenges so you can be initiated again into a whole new version of you. And so there's levels to this. And so the reason I'm saying that is, when you understand that, you understand that as long as you have a dream to become a greater version of yourself, which again, the nature of life is to change and evolve. And so that's why I believe the challenges will always be there to help us become everything that we can become. So I'm saying that so you can understand, in my opinion, not to expect the challenges to stop, the problems to stop. But depending on how you see these challenges, what you can expect to stop is your choice to actually see it as an opportunity for learning and growth, or struggle through it. The struggle is an option. It's not necessary. In my opinion, the challenges are for you, me, and all of us to become more of who we can be. So I'll leave this here. I really want you to contemplate this, sit with this, and check in. Where am I being a victim to my life? Where am I still struggling? And how can I begin to shift my perspective and see this as happening for me? And how can it be serving me in becoming who I want to be? And when you can shift that and you see the challenges happening in your life as opportunities for you to lean into them, to experience more love, joy, abundance, prosperity, whatever you desire, see what happens when you begin to lean into them with curiosity and through the lens of growth and possibility. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.